Let me just double check. And we should be live, so I'll let you guys take it from here.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Overwatch Oasis. We are now in week 3, the final week of this first map rotation, and man, we've got a good game for you here. Duck Duck Dive versus Sea9. Both of these teams won last week and are looking to continue their momentum. I am joined here with Lee Bokun as my color commentator for the evening.
Howdy do.
Yes, I am very excited for this game. You saw Duck Duck Dive, they won an exciting map 5 over Tantalizer Suite. And Sea9, they got the victory over Cosmic Omnix. They looked very strong. Of course, Duck Duck Dive are reigning Season 3 runners-up. Obviously have a lot of shoes to fill. They want to get back to that championship and get it done themselves. I'm excited to continue to see what Sea9 plays. Obviously, last week was their debut week as they were one of our new teams. We saw a couple of standout performances. I am the Slinky, who was very good on main tank. Silent Tamer got the MVP for DPS, but their supports have been really good so far. Miss Moon, Pander looked really good when they were in Ziptail as well. Should be interesting.
Gonna be running a bit of a dive inside of Duck Duck Dive.
3, 2, 1.
Living
the Hammond.
Capture the objective.
Sticking to the name, of course. The Moira and his heals.
Yeah, they're gonna be running with no main tank. Zuckerbees is trying to be the wrecking ball to aggress first. Silent Tamer on the Torb, gets his turret taken out. Alon trying to get into the backlines there and displace some of the backline members, and is able to take out Daddy Needs You. That's a good opening pick here for Sea9. Both teams are on the point here. Haley able to turn it around. Vaughn is down, not able to get back to the team. Team fight is still up in the air. Yep, good res by Miss Moo, and then with the tanks being as low as they are on Duck Duck Dive, it looks like Sea9 have this fight wrapped up. Silent Tamer able to take out KDB. Nice pin from behind the Slinky. Zuckerbees did get one, but I think that's going to be it for the team fight. Game's Blood actually has to get away here.
Okay, switching off the D, going onto the Rhine now, giving them more of a shield. Coming close up to Coalescence is a possible fate. Zuckerby does have his mines.
It's kind of interesting. Sometimes we do see Team Others in the first fight with the Moira, they do actually get the Coalescence first just because they had to do more healing. And look at this, the picks are going in favor of Duck Duck Dive. I'm just looking this are out. Silent Tamer going to use the Molten Core on point. Daddy Needs You is actually very low. Coalescence almost got him. He is literally won. This isn't looking good for Duck Duck Dive now as Sea9 is using a lot of different ults. There's the tack visor from Nikani, takes out Zuckerbees. And it looks like that will be Sea9 retaining control here on Mecha Base.
He only used 3 ults there. Molten Core, Visor, and Coalescence. Having those mines shattered and the Valkyrie Mercy. Tamer a third of his way back to another Molten Core.
Zuckerbees gets pinned, and look at this. Alon is trying to get aggressive with the mines, and the nano boost might be wasted here as Zuckerbees has to make sure to not get taken out by the mines, but there's Gamer Blood taking out Alon, C-Dub, and Daddy Needs You. Yeah, both of them, yes, using their ults. Daddy Needs You getting one with the tire. Gamer's Blood actually did not get anything from the Genji Blade, but it looks like they should win the team fight anyway. Alon is gonna try and fight this out, but sadly with Ziptail going down, I think this will be all for nothing as control does flip over to Duck Duck Dive just as C9 was approaching 98%.
If you have 3 ults, how about it go live instead of 3 dive on the bottom, trying to keep that shatter and nano for emergency.
So here we go, Zuckerbees is trying to get aggressive with the mines. C9 doing a good job at backing up. Ziptail is going to use the Coalescence, and Silent Tamer gets the first pick here, and is going to use the Molten Core as well. That's a lot of damage being pumped into Duck Duck Dive. Haley might have to try and use this Nano Boost at some point, but gets booped off by Alon. KDB also not here, coming. Gonna have to use the Shatter somehow, but does not survive long enough to use it. Here comes the Nano Boost onto the Moira. Gets pinned, and that will be Mecha Base going in the favor of C9.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle.
Very good ult management from C9, never using 2 or at most more than 2 or 3 more ults.
And that is one of the things that they were so good at in their first game against Cosmic Omnics. It always felt like going into every team fight they had 2 ults.
4, 3, 2.
So here we go, we do see some swaps. Gamer's Blood and Silent Tamer are gonna try an airborne battle here. Silent Tamer did do pretty incredible things last week on the Pharah. To see if Duck Duck Dive can perhaps shut him down.
Zarya.
Yeah. This is not a good start for Duck Duck Dive though. Losing Gamer's Blood to the Sky, they do have the Soldier. And yeah, Gamer's Blood immediately gonna swap to the hit scan, going to pretty. Fight still on the point here. Duck Duck Dive is still gonna try and fight this. KDB getting very low, not gonna survive for much longer. KD on the flank, able to find the angle. That will be, once again, C9 taking the first cap here.
Coming up very close to Barrage already from Tamer.
Yeah, that was the main thing that was so crazy about Silent Tamer, was how quickly he was able to build up barrages. So here we go. KDB trying to pressure the shield here. A little more mobile than Narissa that they have in there. Silent Tamer coming in with the barrage, does get 2, and is perfectly healthy as well. Sakura Kitsune, I think, maybe wraithed off the edge. That will just put a period on that team fight right there. All they had to use was Silent Tamer's barrage.
Maybe in the next fight they're gonna have Visor, Drum, and Window. Very soon.
And Daddy Needs You approaching the EMP, perhaps they could use that to score a quick teamfight victory. Yeah, if anything, this might be their chance right now. Poor Silent Tamer's able to build up another barrage, which he is very close to getting. Once again, Window comes out, as does Coalescence. Daddy Needs You 2% away from the EMP, and C9 is actually just gonna let it flip to KD. Able to get one with Attack Visor. There's KDB with a nice shatter. Can the follow-up be there? Not yet. In fact, Daddy Needs You goes down with the EMP. They did force out some ults from C9, but only the Supercharger, Attack Visor, and Valkyrie. They'll still have the Amplification Matrix, Barrage, and the Gravitic Flux here. And we're approaching one fight territory. Go, Daddy Needs You trying to get in prime position, but I Am Slinky is initiating with the Gravitic Flux, and KDB is already down. Here comes Gamer's Blood getting 2 with the Deadeye, and a third on top of that. Zuckerbees is also getting a pick. This is looking good. Silent Tamer does have the barrage though. Does he want to use it to potentially stop this fight cold in its tracks? perhaps not. It looks like Duck Duck Dive is just gonna take the control on the point. Sea9 very disciplined with their ults. They're gonna try. They know they only need one team fight, so they're just.
And a good stagger on pharmacy.
Zuckerbees has to be careful though.
He was too aggressive and got
Yeah, that hurts. Zuckerbees has the grab. Might come back to haunt them. Kaney once again on the flank, trying to find the angles past these shields. The big player right now is Silent Tamer coming in. He's above the drum. He's gonna try and find that perfect barrage point. Daddy Needs You did switch to the Pharah to try and counter him. Here comes Kaney and Silent Tamer both using their ults. Not gonna get too much right now, but there it is. Kaney opening it up with the triple kill Tac Visor. 4 with the Helix rockets, and this isn't looking good for Duck Duck Dive. I think this will be all she wrote. Zuckerbees sadly was never able to use that grab, and Sea9 will take the first map here.
Victory. Play of the game.
It's always interesting to see how these new teams do. Last season, I Need Healing started off by winning, I think, their first 7 or 8 games, something like that. So perhaps Sea9 is the team this year that will show that they can be just as good as these teams that we already know.
Impeccable.
And if they can beat the runners up from last year, they might be the real deal. Now, luckily for Duck Duck Dive, they do have a lot of players that they can sub in. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see our Demo and Killerbot come here and create a new tank duo. One thing that's interesting about Duck Duck Dive is that their 2 star healers from the past couple seasons, KDB and Mystic Angel, I think are mainly playing tank this season, which is kind of interesting considering how good they are on support. But obviously trying to add some flexibility to the roster, which is never a bad thing. Yes, of course, young Drogon. I know that White Walkers did beat the back-to-back champs. They're another team that looked very strong. Their opening game, especially if they get another win this week against, God, who do they? Give me one sec. I'll figure out who they. Oh yeah, wasn't it Diving Phoenix? That should be a good game. Oh, no. That was incorrect. Nova. They're playing Nova. Another playoff team. So yeah, if they get that win too, they're going to be another team that'll be trying to show that they've got what it takes. Last season we did see both Taterbots and I Need Healing be among the better teams as new teams, so do see a couple swaps here on the side of Duck Duck Dive. I was correct. We are going to see our Demo come in, but Killerbot is actually going to come in to play healer. Mystic Angel is going to come in to play the tank. Lily Night Raven will come in on DPS. So pretty much every sub that they could is going to be coming in here. Sea9 also bringing in Optimus, who had a really good game last week, and take the strap, who will likely do what they did in their first game and pocket Silent Tamer. And it looks like we are ready to head into King's Row.
Now enter.
We've seen a lot of exciting King's Row games so far in Tier 3, where most teams have gotten all 3 points. So this map really has shown that it can be anyone's map.
Now, I usually say this every time I cast on King's Row, that I would love to see a Widow.
Sadly, I don't think either of these teams have shown that they run a lot of Widow. I mean, maybe Gamer's Blood would. He has shown that he's very capable on the Widow. It looks like we're gonna see. I was correct. Silent Tamer will be on the far and take the strap. Will be the pocket. Nikani gonna be on the Sombra. Tamer's Blood gonna try out the Echo here. Maybe contest Silent Tamer in the sky here.
These that I've seen Sea9 play so far. I go for an grab along with the barrage because they tend to waste more than 2 or 3
There we go, we see Gamer's Blood taking out Silent Tamer right off the bat, but our Demo is down. Definitely argue that losing the main tank is worse than losing just DPS. Yeah, we see Duck Duck Goats, they're kind of being forced back to the next choke. Alon is kind of able to just have free reign on this point, and Silent Tamer is officially back, takes out Killerbot, and it looks like his first hold is not going to last much longer for Duck Duck Dive, and we'll see Sea9 taking this first objective. This upper Demo is getting low, and there it is. But no aggression whatsoever. A purely defensive nano boost. I'm wondering if Haley won
ults from the side of Sea9. Only Tamer is the only one.
And you could argue that he'll probably build that up in the next team fight anyway. We'll have to see how many they want to use or how many they'll even need to use.
Probably gonna
But
be
it was pretty interesting.
EMP grab.
Yeah, so there's the EMP right off the bat. It catches 5, and the Shatter is out too. Our Demo is in trouble. Gets taken down. Gamer's Blood is going to duplicate. But Farah trying getting a barrage. Does have it. Here it comes. Able to take out Alon. So the team fight is actually still up for grabs. Take the strap. Able to get the res on the Silent Tamer, but Gamer's Blood takes Kaney out. Fight still up for grab. Killerbot has.
Very close to taking out. Ooh. Does get it down.
And a good
Alright.
recovery there from Duck Duck Dive. Excellent duplicate from Gamer's Blood. So now here we go. Sea9, they still have 3 ults, but now Killerbot has built up the sound barrier. Could use that on either the grab or the barrage. I guess this time he's gonna
Grab,
here comes a nano boost to Silent Tamer, who immediately gets a double kill with the barrage. We saw that a lot in their previous game. A lot of grab barrage combos. White Walkers actually did that a lot too. And that was no exception. That was perfectly executed. And point B will be taken by Sea9.
but not looking Timo very close. Purple. Double.
Does have the shatter, but so does Alon. Ardemo is gonna be the first one, but doesn't catch anything. Optimus had the bubble. And there's the counter shatter. He takes down Mystic Angel and Killerbot. Everyone's still safe, and here comes Gamer's Blood building up another duplicate. Using the Rhine this time. I think we are gonna see, in addition to the Bob, we're gonna see Sea9 back up here. Gamer's Blood trying to get the most out of his duplicate. Yeah, back to the drawing board here for Sea9.
Coming up on another barrage. And possibly grab. Get away with it.
See if Silent Tamer is going to wait for the grab or if they want to take the initiative here. They are going to come up with a nano boost as well. Mystic Angels, Graviton Surge does catch a couple. But Ziptail is going to nano Alon, and there's another triple kill from Silent Tamer. Excellent job.
Alon's getting their
Gamer's
demon.
Blood going to be able to take him out, but the damage is already done. Go, both tank ultimate still available, and there's a nice shatter timing. Ardemo with the counter, not gonna get anything. Nikani using the tac visor. This isn't looking good for Duck Duck Dive. Once again, it looks like we are gonna see all 3 points captured on King's Row. It feels like it's only tradition at this point. We'll see if Duck Duck Dive can do the same.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
So now, Duck Duck Dive will be on the attack. Gamer's Blood is gonna try and prove that he is also a very good Pharah. Silent Tamer is gonna stay on the Pharah. Was originally looking at the Junkrat. That's what they ran on defense in their previous game. So we'll have to see who comes out on top in this fair duel. This is the first time that Gamer's Blood has really played Pharah other than that duplicate there on point B. So we'll have to see. Otherwise, most of the comps are fairly similar, although more divey here from the tanks, Ardemo and Mystic Angel on Winston and respectively. Blood already taken some damage. Sea9 does have the hit scan to counter, whereas Duck Duck Dive do not. Early Night Ribbon is going to try and find angles to get at this team,
Now,
but Silent Tamer already on that, yeah. Gamer's Blood does get the opening pick, but Silent Tamer also gets one. Both of the other DPS for both of these teams are out. Bot gets that res.
Gamer,
See
any
if that
more?
can-
You get Gamer's Blood.
Yeah, Gamer's Blood actually getting incredibly close to their ultimate. Probably will beat Silent Tamer here, but Missing Angel and Ardemo are both very low, and Ziptail is only making that harder as with the Coalescence, and Haley dies with their own Coalescence. Gamer's Blood has to build up this barrage quickly. It's here, but it looks like Duck Duck Dive is gonna back up anyway.
The call guard was waiting for a second kill, but it help out.
They gotta attack quickly. They're coming into a lot of different ults here from Sea9. Both tank ults are available, and Nikani takes out Gamer's Blood, not gonna be able to use the attack visor. Good block from Ardemo. The bubble came out in front of Milan, but both of the DPS are stacking ults, and it will be able to just win the team fight outright. Duck Duck Dive are gonna have to back up once again, but they still have the barrage. And they're coming up on both of their tank ults. Ooh, Gamer's Blood getting fairly low. Again, Sea9 have the hit scan to deal with him. Stuck inside this.
I'll use DPS
Gamer's Blood does get one with the barrage, but Silent Tamer takes him out. And the peel for the team in the grab just was not there. Ardemo was not in time with the primal rage. Now we're under a minute and a half and just haven't seen Duck Duck Dive being able to crack this Sea9 defense. Here's Mystic Angel hiding behind the statue, trying to throw in the Steva bomb effectively. There are several ways for Sea9 to counter it. They have shields, bubbles, and Wraith in Moira's case. See, here it comes. In the air, not gonna get anyone shielded by a wall. Silent Tamer with another barrage. That is a double kill. My goodness. It's just carnage right now. Missing Angel not gonna live for too much longer, and we're approaching 30 seconds. They've gotta lose this team fight now, and they've got one more chance. Both support ults, but they're gonna have to get through a shatter, attack visor, and maybe even a grab.
Fortunately, a long soft Gamer's Blood. Shatter visor.
They're gonna initiate with both support ults, but Haley gets taken out while coalescing. And here comes the attack visor. Alon's takes out their only shield tank. This isn't looking good. They might not even need the shatter, and they don't. Triple kill for Nikani on the soldier with attack visor, and once again, pretty convincingly here, Sea9 takes another map, going up 2-0 in this series.
Play of the game.
This time Tamer taking play the game.
Yeah. Excellent job taking out Gamer's Blood there, and then immediately focusing their attention to the grab. That just sounds like excellent communication to me. And that is what we have seen. Sea9 cycling their ults better, figuring out the rotations of Duck Duck Dive better. They've just kind of been the superior team in almost every metric so far. Now we did see last week, Duck Duck Dive, they started off 2-0 and almost got reverse swept. Perhaps we will kind of see kind of a night and day difference because they kind of destroyed on the first two maps against Tantalizer Suite, and then Tantalizers kind of destroyed them on the next two, and then they were able to win the tiebreaker. So perhaps we can see the same from Duck Duck Dive. We'll see if they want to make any changes here, as does Sea9. Haven't seen really anything from Panderb lately, the support MVP from last week for Sea9. Played an excellent game. We are going to see I Am the Slinky coming back in. And there is Panderb, although they will play DPS. They did play DPS on Volskaya last time as well. And Antpo, I believe, making their first appearance as well.
Can one of you invite Sovereign? Add Mantum, please. in case they don't invite him themselves.
That might have to be Zoms. Who does that?
Yep, let me pull it up real quick.
Yep, there they are. That must mean that, yep, they are coming into the game. We'll also play tank here. Our demo gonna go to DPS. Sakura's Kitsune coming back in. It appears the chat wants some halftime analysis. Well, sadly, there isn't much to analyze. Sea9 has clearly been the superior team so far in pretty much every metric of the game. We saw the tank aggression on Mecha Base there for Sea9 just be higher quality. They had, I believe, Alon on the Wrecking Ball. Duck Duck Dive had a Wrecking Ball as well, but Alon was just getting way more value. And Silent Tamer once again being a nuisance in the sky, Duck Duck Dive have struggled to figure out a way to crack this, and we mentioned it a lot of times, you know, C9 have done an excellent job at cycling alts. It always feels like they have several alts going into every fight, and they most of the time never use more than they need to. We did see some nice plays from Gamer's Blood on King's Row, especially on the Echo, but sadly it just wasn't enough to turn it in the favor of Duck Duck Dive. We'll have to see if there's any way that Duck Duck Dive can come back in this series. I hope that they do. Because I always love to see map 5s, and I like to see good games too. So we'll see. Well, Sky is definitely a map that can catch people off guard. You can have a really good defense on point B and make it easier for yourself. And if we see Duck Duck Goats able to take both point A and point B with a good time bank, I mean, they'd be setting themselves up really nice.
Ready for battle.
Also, hi, Chuckles.
So here we go. Panda will play what they were playing in the previous game, that Ashe. They had some very nice plays on the Ashe. We're gonna see this tank duo for the first time today, Optimus and I Am the Slinky. Should be exciting there as well. We have Miss Moon take the strat. Interesting healer combo there.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Not a whole lot of healing, but the mercy damage boost and the speed boost, they could be very aggressive. We're gonna see both teams run the Ryan Zarya. The dynamite right away and takes out our Demo, and that might just immediately halt this push without having that aerial attack. Like already
getting shatter already. Same with Slinky. Super
yeah, I'm Slinky is close behind our Demo on their way back, and we are gonna see a rotation here. The side room. Here comes I'm the Slinky. Maybe going a little bit too aggressive. A little too aggressive there, but our Demo is down once again. Tough day for him so far. Switch off of the Echo for the Soldier. Panda is getting close to Bob, but here comes Daddy Needs Use Tire. Gonna have to wait out the sound barrier. Here it comes. Sound barrier is no longer there, but Optimus is able to take it down. Panda now has Bob to throw it on point here to stall.
Behind the team.
But there's the shatter from Zuckerbees. But it's actually...
But no one gets... on that.
Yeah, we actually see C9 coming up with the picks here. Res onto Antpo, one of the few picks that Duck Duck Dive got. And once again, C9 just kind of shut down everything that Duck Duck Dive is throwing at him.
So you have the result on the side of C9, Optimus close to the end of the grab. We also bring up on the side of Dive. Adamant getting that.
She with the Blizzard, and Bob is on the other side. This isn't good. Duck Duck Dive are sandwiched in here. So relatively safe. They actually do have the sound barrier, but Optimus takes down Killerbot. Sakura Kitsune is low. Do they want to use the Coalescence to try and turn this team fight around? No, they can't even use this Coalescence. They're dead. And the rest of Duck Duck Dive are caught in this room, and despite a good pin from Zuckerbees, it looks like once again Duck Duck Dive are being stifled here on their attack. Coming up on a lot of ults here, but they need to find a way to practice defense. So here we go. Choke right away this time. And Herb's Dynamite doesn't find anything in a massive shatter. Here comes the tire. Actually, look at this. We see both support ults coming out, and the picks are actually going in favor of Duck Duck Dive. What is this parallel universe that we're in? First, the ult advantage on the side of Duck Duck Dive in the previous fight doesn't work out, and now Sea9 had the ult advantage, and they're not working out either. One tick, almost two here for Duck Duck Dive, and it does look like they are going to capture point A with less than 30 seconds remaining.
Could have wasted ult on the grab from admin. Could have really saved it to use with the visor from our demo.
Yeah, they are going to be running into several ults here, and there's the grab, already getting several members. Bob being thrown in for good measure. Daddy needs to actually get some open pick though. Our demo flanking, but a nice wall from Antpo. And there's the shield. Our demo is not going to get anything with the attack visor. It's just going to have to run away and regroup with the rest of the team.
Just get away.
Hold on, Panther.
Might get cut out.
Shots. Ooh.
But
Panther got a little. Yeah, 2 kills without res. So we will see the 6v6. Daddy needs you up on the high ground. Antpo so low.
Or not.
And Panther is the first to fall. So a lot of ults on the side of Sea9, but another pick and an awesome shatter by Zuckerbees. Is able to keep him alive with the sound barrier. Blizzard thrown out, but no one's really in it right now, but the team is separated. And Panderb is back, able to take out Daddy Needs You. Sakura and Kitsune gonna use the Coalescence, try and turn this around. Picks up once again, favoring Sea9, and a nice shatter from I Am Slinky. And it looks like once again, they will defend here. Go, Daddy Needs You. Coming up on the tire. They actually are coming up on a lot of ults. Duck Duck Dive are. This is as good of a chance as any to take point B here. He's trying to get aggressive. Daddy Needs You on the flank. Might have to be careful. Does take out one. And they're throwing in Bob in the back lines, but hasn't found anyone yet. And the picks are definitely favoring Duck Duck Dive. They should get a tick here. For sure too. Here come the reinforcements, but our demo is going to use the attack visor, and it looks like that is it. Yep. Duck Duck Dive able to take both points with time on the clock. Perhaps that will be the spark that they need to get themselves back into this game.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
So now here we go. Panderb's gonna swap. Oh no, gonna stay on Ash here. Actually, pretty Similar. Ooh, Killerbot falling off the edge there is luckily on Lucio. Should be able to hopefully get back in time. Do have to hurry. 5 seconds left.
4, 3,
Should be okay.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
We're gonna see some healer swaps as well. Take the strap now on Moira. Like Anna. There's Pander up on the high ground trying to find picks. Bot does have to be careful.
This will heal you.
Duck dive with the double shield here. Bit of an unorthodox one with the Ryan Winston. And Pander finds the opening pick onto Ardemo. Echo is just not working out right now for Ardemo. Ampo is down as well, so the team fight is still even. He's trying to get aggressive, taken out by Optimus. Fight still up for grabs. Earth is down.
Check this out.
Adamantium up on the truck, trying to get the alt charge. And Daddy Needs You with a tire already. Is gonna take out I'm the Slinky. Almost got Optimus, but they had the bubble. Yeah, looks like Dr. Dive are gonna get back all their 6 players, so we're gonna see Sea9. They're gonna keep going with the poke game right now while they wait for I Am Slinky to come back. They are coming up on both their support alts, and Antpo is gonna swap them too. So this time, the dive does allow Sea9 to get through the choke, and Adamantium maybe getting a little too aggressive, but Daddy Needs You with the immediate double kill. Take the strap, and Antpo, a lot of damage and gone from Sea9. Has to be careful, gets taken out by Pander, but a nice shatter there from I Am the Slinky. Killerbot has the sound barrier to counteract it. Bob gets moved off to the point by Killerbot, but Killerbot does have to be careful. I Am the Slinky trying to get aggressive in here in the room and takes out Daddy Needs You, who is trying to ult, and it looks like we will see Sea9 taking point A here.
New defense point. Objective B.
Fire in the hole.
Flight routine activated.
Ardemo already low again! Pander takes him out! Man, I'm sorry Ardemo, I don't know if Echo's working out today. He takes out one, both coalescences are here. Secret is down 2, and with the shatter, Antpo not to fight either. Myself for grabs, and the spawn advantage will be huge for the dive. Here comes Ardemo, has the duplicate.
Adaptive circuits
It's gonna change to Zarya here to try and take out Optimus, maybe get a grab as well, get very close. You see, smartly backing up a little bit. They did get one tick at least. So you able to open this next team fight up by taking out Optimus, and it looks like we are just gonna see Sea9. They're gonna continue to back up. They still have a lot of time left in order to secure themselves a superior time bank. Comes Optimus on the way back, and now they have 3 ults to work with: Death Blossom, Bob, and the Shatter. But Daddy Needs You gonna throw in the first ult with the tire, and it is gonna find Pander. No Bob for this team fight. Still not over though, especially if Antpo can get in position. Going through the hall. Maybe not quick enough, as now Optimus is down as well, both tanks in fact. Looks like Duck Duck Dive are gonna hold once again.
It may seem a bit like Sea9 was trying to, they got a little too excited there that they got a tick and just wanted to rush it in. Still got a lot of time to get those 2 ticks.
Yes, for sure, they You might see a world where they do get all 6 ultimates in this next team fight. Play your cards right. Both Zarya and Moira can build up their ult quite quickly. So here we go, both support ults are going to be online here for Dr. 5 as well. And there's both DPS ults, and Antpo immediately getting a triple kill with the Death Blossom. I'm the Slinky thrown in the Shatter for good measure. This is not looking good for Duck Duck Dive, although there we go. We see a double kill with the Coalescence if the reinforcements can get back quickly, especially if Killerbot comes back to the Ant Matrix, but not in time. We will see Sea9. They will have about a minute and 10 seconds more in their time bank than Duck Duck Dive did.
Even without that nano on the Blossom, that Blossom was huge. Chuckle. I do see that Sea9 does like to combo, and instead of like one ult, they do like grab barrage, but they like throwing up DPS ults together. Because you had Panther throw Bob in front, and then you had Ant in the back with that Blossom.
Ready for battle.
So you didn't. Dr. Dive didn't know what to shield, where to protect.
Yeah, that's kind of been the name of the game. Some overwhelming ult usage here from Sea9. It feels like, once again, like every team fight, you just don't know what angle these ults are going to be coming at you from. We'll have to see if Duck Duck Dive can take point A a little bit faster than they did last time. It took them pretty much until 30 seconds left to capture point A. Gonna see our Demo be on the Reaper now, try and match Antpo. Take the strap back on Mercy, and this one's gonna play more defensive healer in Baptiste. Both teams from the right Zarya as well, definitely staying on that, but Panderp immediately takes out both supports. This is already not good. Adamantum is down 2, and if I were Duck Duck Goats, I would maybe just lose this fight and try another one here. Our Demo gonna try and get out, which probably is not going to. With 30 seconds left, this is looking grim indeed for Duck Duck Dive. They need to get something here and now. Sakura Kitsune almost taken out by Pander. He's alive for now. Here comes our Demo up on the high ground. Killerbot is the first to fall. Both healers down once again. We're approaching overtime. This isn't looking good. Cadeti, needs you find nothing? No, he's just gonna find a face full of Bob. And that will be it. Round 3. All Duck Duck Dive can get is a draw.
Score 2-2. Switching sides.
Yeah, so it's basically Sea9's game now.
Initiating
We'll just be
match.
going for map differential right now.
Yeah, we did see Duck Duck Dive. They had a solid defense their first time. Not great, but there is definitely a world where they hold this last 2 minutes. But if we know Sea9, what they might want to just do is build up 4 or 5 ults and just take the point by force.
And they do have that time, 2 minutes, 10 seconds to build up those ults. So we just have to see what kind of defense Duck Duck Dive run with here. Which isn't bad so far. Baptiste Moira will be a lot of healing. The mortality will come in handy. And double shield.
Kind of similar to what they were running on the previous defense as well, except now with
Daddy
more
will in the back.
reliable double shield.
Hopefully they make it in time.
Defend objective A.
So here we go. He's throwing the first fire strike. Sea9 looked like they were going into the room at first, but they're just going to go straight onto point. They're trying to win this here and now, but Zuckerbees gets the pin on the take this trap. That is not a good start. He does have to pay for his aggression with his life to the about with a nice immortality field, but several of the members of Duck Duck Dive are low, and Sakura Kitsune gets taken out by the Fire Strike. Ardemo trying to turn this around, but Panderp in the back lines here, able to just snipe away at opponents, and that will be it. C9 will take this match for sure, 3-0. We'll play the fourth map differential purposes.
Play of the game. Double, triple.
That was the game-winning play there from Optimus.
Epic.
Hard work is its own reward.
Alright, let's see. And our last map will be 66. Here we go. I just know that none of the escort maps have like any holiday special ones.
Oh, really? None of them have any sort of...
Mm-mm. Like Route
Oh,
6
that's
doesn't have
interesting.
it. Neither does Havana or any of them. Because it
Only
shows whenever you
hybrids,
choose
I
the
think,
maps.
so far.
Oh, welcome back, Soms.
Yeah, 'cause what do we have? We have Christmas Hanamura, Christmas Hollywood, Christmas Kings Row, Halloween,
We have Halloween
Eichenwald.
Hollywood. We don't have.
Oh,
we
it's
don't have
yeah, it's Halloween. You're right.
Christmas
You're right.
Hollywood.
Halloween Hollywood. You're right. And then, New Year's, Chinese New Year's, Lijiang Tower. Yeah, you're right. Escort doesn't have any.
What do you guys think is gonna... Dr. Dive's gonna wanna run here? Because we do see KDB coming back on tank.
I wonder if we'll see Gamer's Blood play
Yep, Gamer's Blood is coming back
one
as well.
more map. Yeah.
Along with
Oh, we did.
Lily Night Raven. Has
We
Lily
did
Night Raven
see,
played before?
Huh?
I'm not sure if they're Lily Night Raven. I'm not sure if I've seen them before.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Did they not play on King's Row there?
No, I mean like a game. Like, is this their first match?
Yeah, I don't think did they play? I thought they did play like a map or two in the Tantalizers game, but I might be
I'm not
incorrect.
sure. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough. See, Aloncita's coming back. And Optimus is staying in for C9. And they're keeping the same DPS.
So we will not see Panderp on healer this time around.
But still, they're doing a really, really good job on that Ash.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, and the C9 lineup barely making the cut at 2749.
Ooh. So yeah, they are looking for the 4-0 here. They're not planning on taking this map off. I mean, last week we did see them drop Route 66 to the Cosmic Omnics. I mean, getting these 4-0s, especially early in the season, is really crucial to getting yourself above the pack.
see if we got. I think I got everybody correct. Sucker Bees and Katie. Yep. It's a good thing sometimes we know all these names. Like when they type in Nat, I know it was Mystic Angel. But like for people who are new to
Yeah.
the server, they're like, wait, who? Okay, so everything's good. Let me just get these readies and the score is 3-0 in favor of Sea9. Yep, what change is said. I'm surprised to see Admantum on off tank. Like I knew them, they would play. I think they were saying they were working on their Reinhardt, so for them to play. Their Winston was really pretty good too.
Yeah, some nice things coming out from Duck Duck Dive. We have seen some nice individual plays. Gamer's Blood had some good plays. I've actually liked Zucker Bees today. I think he's actually been performing alright, so definitely not all doom and gloom here for Duck Duck Dive. It has been a rough game, but certainly a lot to learn from and a lot to dissect.
Yeah, I mean we're still
You know,
early on
maybe
the season.
Yeah, of course. You know, maybe getting a map win here will help soften the blow a little bit.
Unless you see what they did right, and they can just work on that. Visit the Cave of Mystery. Okay. Oh, bye, Summer.
Ready for battle.
Oh my. I hope that's a
It is
troll
funny.
pig on Panderp.
Panderp
Bastion.
has been trolling us with the
that
Bastion,
Bastion.
although we'll see. I mean, certainly a map you could play the Bastion on. It does not look like Duck Duck Dive will elect to do what they did last time on Route 66 and play that cheesy comp where you sit in the low tunnel with the Mei to stop the progress to payload. It's like a more
I mean, you gotta find
traditional-
those little spots where
Yeah,
the other team is just waiting,
it
wondering
almost
what's happening.
kind of works. With Elite Arrow able to build up that shatter really quickly and just pummel them. Here comes Gamer's Blood into the back line, able to take out Miss Moon right away. That is a nice play from Gamer's Blood. Had an amazing game on the pause to this village. Sadly, does get taken out there. Of course, retreat here from Duck Duck Dive. Good res on the Holy Night Ribbon, but they might not survive for too much longer. Yep, the Moira or will be getting nerfed, by the way. Thank you. And it does look like we see Sea9, they're not done yet. They want this 4-0. They are pressing very, very hard right now.
I do see Optimus using this really good strategy where he puts his shield behind. He put it behind KDB so they couldn't get any healing
Is my will.
from Haley.
He's trying to aggress here with a pile driver, but gets immediately taken out. Excellent target prioritization from Sea9, but even with the res onto Zuckerbees, it looks like Duck Duck Dive, they're gonna lose another team fight. And a pretty quick point A cap here from Sea9. Yeah, they are really looking to continue to show that they are not a team to be messed with.
Get into position.
getting the opening pick here, but Optimus accretion stunned Gamer's Blood and took him out, and the res is not able to come through. Zuckerby's trying to get aggressive on these healers in the back line, but gets frozen by Anpo. KDB throwing in the shatter. I don't know, follow-up. He's frozen. Gets the nano boost. Gonna really make too much of it. And the Gravitic Flux with the double kill. They're pairing it with the High Noon. I mean, like that. One word I could use to describe
This will heal you.
Sea9 this game, it's snowball. They've just been consistently winning fights and keeping this payload moving.
Oh, that's just mean. And it just blocks them there for a second.
Haley gonna make the swap onto the big. But Anpo has the Blizzard already, not looking too good. This moon did get taken out with a Transcendence. Really Night Ribbon up on the high ground, gets ganked off by Alan. Gamer's Blood getting 2. But it's not going to be enough to turn around the team fight. I don't even think we're going to see a contest. We actually will from Mystic Angel. Probably won't be surviving too much longer here. I guess survived long enough to get KDB back in this fight, but at this point it's just trying to go down the time bank. This moon is back. That disco mode is deadly in these scenarios, especially with this prioritization. Right, maybe using swapping photon barrier.
No, it doesn't seem like
It's
it.
working.
They do switch to a Torb.
Yeah, Gamer's Blood gonna swap to Torb here. Torb has been a little more viable as of late. Actually can be a good counterpick to it. But not this time. Pander from the high ground able to take out 2, has the High Noon ready as well. The payload just keeps moving. It's not stopping. Optimus and Anpo trying to get aggressive here, as is Long. Ziptail. Coalescence to keep them alive. Gonna see a slight reroute here. Here comes a teleport strat. Interesting. And Miss Moon with the calculation. Immediately recognizes it and uses the Transcendence. KDB isn't gonna get anything with the Shatter and is gonna pay that flank with their life. Once again, not looking for Duck Duck Dive. Mystic Angel using the Coalescence. But the Blizzard is just going to be too much from Anpo. Panther is going to use the High Noon way in the back lines. Not going to find anything, but Alonso is just getting the picks that they need. 3K there on the Orisa. The 1.12 meters left here for Sea9, and that will just be it. 3 minutes and 32 seconds in the time bank.
Was that Katie's first Shatter?
Score.
I don't think so.
3.
I'm sure they had Shatter before. They just hadn't had a chance to really use it. Katie just kept
Initiating match.
I'm sure they didn't want to commit Shatter into a losing fight.
I want to say that actually was Miss Moon's first Transcendence as well, so... But, I mean, they never needed it.
Yeah.
Coming as a Zen player myself, you're not losing team fights, you're not getting super low ever, why use Transcendence?
In the end too, what I do see a lot with Sea9 is they don't see it holding their ults a bad thing. Because there's been times where like one person or even the whole team won't use an ult and then they'll just all pop them in one go.
Yeah, it is interesting, you know, you can look at a lot of aspects of this game, you know. Obviously, you perceive the ultimate ability as the most strongest ability in each character, but sometimes the alt takes away from the existing kit. So like in an example with Zen, it's when you use the Transcendence, now you won't be able to put the Discord Orb on people. So, yes, good job at making the most of their characters and using the ults when absolutely necessary. KDB trying to get aggressive here is taken out by Pander. Sucker Beast does find one, and I guess no one's gonna escort the payload here. Here's that Duck Duck Dive is gonna play team deathmatch here. Now we see the payload moving. KDB is back. Immediately, Anpo gets the headshot to Lily Night Raven. Tough to continue to push this, although you see Sea9, they are respecting Duck Duck Goats here. They want Duck Duck Goats to play into their hands. MO for this whole game. There's a wall into the back lines. But threw in Bob, and it looks like that aggression should be enough to get them the team fight win here. Once again, I believe Duck Duck Goats appears to believe escorting the payload is optional.
I mean, if you make stays, you get all that time to move the payload.
You're right, and it does look like at the end of the day, the payload will reach point A, so no harm, no foul. Sea9 is just gonna set up here right under the bridge. Good accretion stun onto Gamer's Blood. We'll get the healing. Level on the KDB, and there's the Rabbinic Flux paired with the Deadeye, and it's gonna get two. Excellent combo once again. That should shut this team fight down really quickly. Optimus. What a play there from Optimus, getting several members in the Gravitic Flux. Perfect communication with Pander. Another team fight victory for Sea9.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Cease your resistance.
Here we go. Oh, and a wall off onto KDB. Makes it so that the supercharger is just too much damage for these tanks. Zuckerbees is down 2. This isn't looking good, although the payload is still moving. Once again, you see Sea9 respecting the positioning of Duck Duck Dive, but there it is. You'll see the backup. Some late aggression from Sea9's tanks, but both teams are gonna reset back to 0, and this time it looks like Duck Duck Dive will take the high ground. Now they're dropping onto the low ground, but Anpo putting a perfect blizzard out there. Gonna get both KDB and Haley. They're alive for right now. Mystic Angel did have the coalescence to keep them alive. Gamer's Blood Bob is up on the high ground, and 2 picks already on both the DPS here for Duck Duck Dive. Can they close this team fight out here? Zuckerbeef's trying to get aggressive with the bubbles. Gamer's Blood. One of the backgrounds here. And there's the blizzard from Lily Night Raven, and that should close this out. Hold on though, Pander gets denied by KDB's shield. Little overzealous there from Pander. We'll see point B being taken as well by Duck Duck Dive, so they're not backing down either. They want this map win. They want to not take this 4-0. They know how important it is to avoid the 4-0s. But point C is tricky to attack. It will be a tall order to get a superior time bank.
Especially now with Panda switching up to Ash. Giving more range.
Using Gravitic Flux, Haley has the sound barrier to stop it, but KDB, they just melt right through it. There's the Graviton Surge, but Miss Moon now on the Baptiste has the Immortality Field to stop it. And that will be C9 winning a team fight here. And it is almost certain at this point that C9 will have a superior time bank to Duck Duck Dive. Gamer's Blood getting the opening pick on the Panther, who is now back on Ashe. They are going to go aggressive with this. Mrs. Angel commits the Coalescence, but KDB gets frozen out of Shatter. Oh man, KDB has not found a lot with these Shatters on this map. He's going to go aggressive with the pin onto Monzita. Gets taken out. Gamer's Blood did find one. Ziptail, they're trying to keep their team alive with the Coalescence. Actually, none of them were particularly, oh, this looks like more of an offensive Coalescence, and yeah, we will see Duck Duck Dive. They're gonna back up here.
They're making that left rotation, taking the high ground.
They are getting pelted by various projectiles, though. A messy rotation made it look like they were maybe gonna go up on the side rotation, but they are on cars. Wall and Immortality Field to save Zeta from the freeze, and a nice Shatter as well, and the aggression is there, a double kill for Zeta. And they're gonna throw in Bob, perhaps a bit unnecessary, but at this point, just maybe stalling for time. They have the vastly superior time bank.
In the end, I'm sure Panda will be able to build another Bob
60 seconds.
by the next team fight.
Now is as good of time as any for Duck Duck Dive to finish the map here. They have the slight ult advantage. They're coming up on 4, almost 5 ults. Whereas C9, they don't have too many to work with here. KDB trying to find the Shatter angle, has to watch out. Along, there's the wall. A little bit too much space to heal is there. Night Raven is able to freeze the Wizard. Zuckerby is going to throw in the Graviton Surge as well as the tail in the backline. Does have the Coalescence and keeping them alive for a while. Gamer's Blood here back on the Doomfist. Takes out Pander. This is looking pretty good for Duck Duck Dive, but the reinforcements are on their way. Mystic Angel actually is down. That's a lot of healing. Zeta is coming back with the Shatter, and in fact, Haley using the Sound Barrier. That might be risky, and there it is, a massive Shatter. And it only looks like it's a matter of time before C9 turn this around and hold here on point C. Ampo even has the Blizzard. There it is. Looks like they didn't even need it. Only Mystic Angel on the point here. That will be C9 getting the 4-0 here.
Victory.
So another excellent showing here from C9. Again, new team here in Tier 3. It's exciting. Last season we had a lot of great teams. In fact, I would argue that every team in the league was a tough out, and to continue to see more quality teams join the league is exciting for sure. And with that, we do have MVPs to talk about, and we certainly do have a lot of choices here for C9. Although I do want to start off with Duck Duck Dive. I think if anyone deserves it, there are 2 names to mention. Obviously, Gamer's Blood had some nice plays there on King's Row as Echo, and then was playing a solid Doomfist there on Route 66, but if I had to choose, I would say the tank MVP should go to Zuckerbees. Who actually had some nice stuff. They were actually building up grabs relatively efficiently. Had some nice plays on Wrecking Ball there on the first map. You know, it is tough to sometimes give an MVP to a team that did struggle like Duck Duck Dive did, but I did see a lot of great stuff coming out from Zuckerbees. They had their debut last week, looked pretty solid in that game, and yeah, they seem to be a piece that this team could use.
Well, I do agree with Sucker Bees. Even whenever he was playing ball into, what was it, May, McCree, Sigma, they were still getting a little bit of quality out of it. Like, disrupting. I think they did kill Miss Moon a couple times.
Yeah. As for DPS and healer for C9, that is where it gets a little tricky. The original person that I was going to pick is actually Nick Haney, because they were shutting down Gamer's Blood there on King's Row with the hit scan.
They were
Played
hacking
well on
KDB a
Sombra
lot
as well.
on Sombra.
Yeah. Actually, and then, you know, Pander kind of came in here, looked really good. Although they did win the support MVP.
Last week. Yeah.
So
I do agree with Nick Caney though. They were doing
I think they really put a lot of pressure there on, and just made Silent Tamer's life so much easier. Because the one thing that could have maybe shut down Silent Tamer, the Pharah duel. I mean,
when Gamer's
the
Blood with
soldier
Pharah,
able to
or
take
even
out Gamer's Blood really quickly.
oh my god, change.
And as for healer, this one's kind of tough too, because we did see some solid play from all three of these healers that played.
Was it
I am gonna be
take the strap.
a little inclined to give it to Miss Moon, I think. Ziptail showing some nice things on Moira, but I think we saw a lot of nice immortality fields from Miss Moon. I loved that Transcendence play. I almost want to give it to Miss Moon based on that Transcendence play alone.
I think I was going to say about that.
Calculation.
That would have been a really big shatter if Miss Moon hadn't popped Transcendence on it. So yeah, I agree. Even though, Optimus did a really, really good job on tank as well.
Yeah, Optimus did too, but that's the thing. It's like, it's tough to. I really don't know.
But I
who
do
else
agree.
you give it to on Duck Duck Dive, to be honest. I don't think. Again, it's kind of tough when a team loses like they did to find those diamonds in the rough, but for me, I think it is Zuckerbees.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So that'll wrap us up with MVPs with Zuckerbees. Who was it? Nick Caney and Miss Moon.
Yep.
And for anybody just coming in, this C9 just took the whole 4-0 and against Duck Duck Dive. We'll see you guys. I think there's a few games tomorrow.
Yes, I think we have a tier 3 double header.
Yeah,
tomorrow
Movie Ops
night.
versus Pizza Planet, and KO versus Rogue Ninjas, I believe.
That should be a good one. Both of those games should be really good. We the Ops showing that they seem to be improved this season.
But we'll see how they do, because they'll be facing a really tough team.
Tough opponent.
Yeah, with Pizza
Cosmic
Planet.
Omnics. They actually looked pretty solid against C9 here last week, so they have a chance to get a bounce back victory over Rogue Ninjas. So
But yeah, just join
we
us
will
tomorrow
see.
for those two
Yeah,
games.
that should be
and
exciting.
Thank you everybody for stopping by, and
Yep.
see ya.